Hey, 1st through 4th grade leaders, this Sunday we are kicking off a brand new big idea of commitment. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. I'm super excited to start off our commitment looking at Matthew chapter 7 verses 24 through 27, where we see the parable that Jesus told at the end of the sermon that he did on the Mount. He talks about the two builders that took different approaches to building their homes. You may know this story as the wise man and the foolish man. I love that they are going to learn, the kids are going to begin to learn what a solid foundation is and how to put into practice what God is telling us and leading us to do. Our bottom line this week is practice hearing and doing what God says. As the kiddos arrive this week, they've been out of touch for the last couple of weekends, so we're going to have a fun game of people bingo. They're going to have bingo sheets that look like this, that they're going to go around, and try to find different people that need to fill in the blanks for. They cannot repeat more than two people, so they need to try and meet as many people as they can, and as leaders we want to jump in and help them do that. We can also participate, so find something that you can write your name under. After that, we will go to large group time. During large group time this week, we're going to have a game, we're going to do a song, and then we're going to have some time to work on to learn our Bible story and read about it in the Bible, and then go back into our small group activities. During our small group time, our first activity is called Like a Rock. I love this because it's going to relate right back to our story and help them to apply. It's super important for them to be able to apply what they're learning on Sundays to be able to use it Monday through Saturday. What you're going to do is we're going to either have rocks or an activity page that they can fold up together to look like a rock. I'm trying to find some rocks that we can get so that every kiddo can have one. We're going to pass out the rocks, and then we're going to instruct the kids to use markers and to write the word hearing on one side and doing on the other. We're going to make sure that the kids have their rocks, and you are going to go through and give them some scenarios, and they need to put down, hold up their rock and say whether it's a hearing or it's a doing. So you'll go through all the scenarios and then close it out with a little input from you as a leader. Then our second activity is we're going to beginning to work out our verse. Our verse is found in 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 8. It says, training the body has some value, but being godly has value in every way. It promises help for the life you are now living and the life to come. I always have to read it because I learned all these in King James Version and not NIRV. So I'm hoping I can help. Every month I try to work on my Bible verses too, so I can do it in the version that the kids know. So working out their verse is the activity that we're going to do. There's navigation tips for how you can help the kiddos find the Bible verse that they're looking for. Once the kids have read the verse with you, you're going to have them spread out and get into a little bit of a circle. You're going to explain that you're going to call out a series of exercises for the kids to do, and they must complete them. So we put in some jumping jacks, squats, jogging in place, whatever you think. Then we're going to talk about how training our body has some value, but choosing to follow God and do what He wants to do has a lot more value and is being the godly part of the verse that adds more value to our life. After you get finished with that, there are some review questions for our 1st through 3rd graders. If you have a group of 3rd graders that seem to be on the older side, which sometimes each group you have a little bit more immature group or a little bit older group, I'm going to let you decide that. You can go through the review questions from the story. If you have a little bit older kids in 3rd grade, you can definitely go down to the dive deeper discussion questions. 4th graders, you're going to be doing the dive deeper discussion questions. Then we're going to close out our time in prayer. They're going to take their rocks, you're going to have your prayer notebooks and your boxes, and go ahead and write down those prayer requests. Encourage kids to tell you what they're thankful for and to pray any praise reports they have too. It's really a chance for you to go back and bring up their past prayer request as well, so that they can see that God is working in their life. You're going to close out your time in prayer, and then we have God sheets for all the kids to get when they leave, and I want to make sure that they grab their rock and their people bingo. All right, I look forward to seeing you. You need to arrive on time, so I need you to be there at 25 minutes to 30 minutes early. I'll have breakfast for everybody. So 8:30 for first service, and that means 10 o'clock, so you're going to have to leave second service just a little bit early so you can get over and pray with us. I'm expecting lots of new families this weekend. Thanks so much, and I will see you Sunday in Huddle Up.